evening friends. This side Rahul Magan here is a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting and also a venture capitalist. Sitting today, we're going to shoot another interesting video which is about callable swap. As we very well understand that interest rate derivative market is the second largest derivative market we have in the globe. According to Bank for International Settlement, which is BIS, the total size of the interest rate derivative is approximately $100 trillion. But it's an unfortunate part that in majority of the countries across the globe, the swaps are either treated as fixed to fixed, where somebody is paying fixed and somebody receiving fixed, while it is treated as fixed to float, whereby somebody is continuously paying fixed while somebody is continuously receiving floating. No, this is not the way swaps work. Swaps are a very important source. Swaps are one of the important source for the group of 7 banks which covers the Goldman, Chase, Standard Chartered, UBS, Barclays, Citi and another G7 banks to cover their interbank position. Please be note that if today there is no swaps, then all the top banks of the globe, it would be next to impossible for them to cover their interbank position. And if you don't trust me, you visit to the annual report of these group of 7 banks and check the total quantum of the swaps they have taken. In case of some bank, it is even trillions, which is the total, which is much greater than the size of that bank itself. So today we are covering another interesting, swap, which is on a callable swap. And that callable swap, if you are expecting it is a plain vanilla swap, my apologies. If you are expecting how many corporates are using this, then hardly 1 out of 1 corporate, and maximum I can recall is the ExxonMobil. Not more than ExxonMobil I can recall. If they would be taking, I doubt even people like Amazon would be taking that. And last but not the least, this is not callable bond, this is callable swap. So I have made a case once again before start the video. This case which we have made is only for the sake of example purpose. It has nothing to do with the realistic situation. Resemblance in the real life is only an occurrence. It's only an occurrence, it's just for the sake of example. So we have a corporate which is Singtel. Singtel is the, I would say, the Vodafone of Singapore, but we have deliberately taken Singtel London. Okay, we have the bank, those who cover the position of Singtel, which is Goldman London, GS. The interbank partner for Goldman is the UBS, United Bank for Switzerland London. Then this type of swap is known as the basis swap, because both the sides we have float to float. Both the sides we have float to float. We do not have fixed to float kind of situation. Pricing, GS is paying L stands for LIBOR. Please be note that I have not, okay, let me clarify that this is dollar LIBOR. Receiving S stands for SONIA, Sterling Overnight Index Average. In our FX parlance, L means LIBOR. You need to clarify whether it's a dollar LIBOR or what. I clarified it's a dollar LIBOR. S stands for SONIA. Okay, what I do, let me change this. Let me change to GBP LIBOR. Okay, period is 10 years, callable hard, which is 5 years. Callable periods are divided into 2 parts. One is known as the hard callability, one is known as the soft callability. Hard callability means that after that period, the call is applicable. Now, up to that person who do have the right, whether he would exercise or not, whether the market conditions would suit him or not, or what is the scene. But it's up to, like in this case, it is Goldman. Now it is up to Goldman whether they exercise this or not. But hard callable period means till 5 years. The price, till 5 years, they are safe. Who is safe? UBS. But after 5 years, it is the Goldman call, whether Goldman wanted to take or not. Once again, after 5 years, when the hard period stands, it is divided into 3 parts. I repeat, the soft callability means the period till basically the period within which the call do not exist. Hard callability means the period from which the call do start. Now, after the hard callability divided into 3 parts. One is the American way, European way, and Bermudian way. There are banks, those who are talking Asian way also, but I have a little interpretation issue when it comes to the Asian way of pricing the callable swap. I'm having an interpretation issue with few banks that Asian way of pricing the callable swap is not the right way, but there are banks, those who pricing it that way, they have their own prices, their own call. So I am no one to decide, but I have an interpretation for sure. Rolling, yes, rolling means after every year, which means the 6th year, 7th year, 8th year, 9th year, 10th year, the final year, GS would have the right to do the call. Then the notification, the new trend in the callable is the notification. Now what is the notification? Previously what used to happen, that you able to do the call, exercise your call option on that, swap without having notification. But now you know that the foreign exchange market is getting mature, new things are adding up, all things are going. Now there is a callability feature, notification feature. The notification feature is you need to give the notice before these number of days. I assume the general notification in the FX market, which is 10 days, which is interbank, but that is not hard and fast. In some cases it is 10 days, some cases it is 15 days, in some cases it is 5 days also. So this is notification, and please be note that I am not here discussing the impact of notification on the pricing, but it do. Notification would have on the impact of the pricing. An average human mind believe that 10 days, 10 year swap, no pricing. No, take it that way. 10 days, 5 year hard period, 50 days and 10 years. There is an impact. 1 basis, 2 basis, 3 basis, 5 basis doesn't make a difference. For a big swap of over $1 billion, 1 basis point would have tantamount to $10 million, or maybe more than that. So it would have an impact. Last but not the least, it is a Bermudian. So I repeat, our corporate who is covering the position in GBP is the Singtel. The bank who is giving him position is Goldman London. Goldman Interbank partner is the UBS London. While Goldman wanted to cover in the Interbank in the basis mode, wherein give one floating, receive another floating. While the paying would be the GBP LIBOR, I have clarified here. Initially I thought it to be dollar LIBOR, but no, it is GBP LIBOR. Then the receiving side is S stands for Sonia. Period is 10 years, the soft callability is 5 years, because the hard callability is 5 years, so soft callability is 5 years. Rolling is yes, notification is 10 days, benchmark or a type is the Bermudian. Now this is the scene, how it happens. Singtel, which is sitting in London, is covering with Goldman, which is LIBOR plus QSD. QSD stands for quality spread differential. For an average human being, it is known as the credit spread. No, it is much greater than the credit spread. So White House, let's take an example of White House. People believe that White House is designed for, specially designed for American presidency. Absolutely correct. American presidency lives in White House. But this is not the only role of the White House. There are multiple activities pertaining to the government, and few government organizations do operate like Pentagon and all from the White House also. There are few security protocols which are not in the public domain and should not be in the public domain when it comes to the White House. So American presidency stay is one thing, but apart from that, White House play a very important role. Similarly, QSD, quality spread differential. Quality spread differential is greater than the credit spread. But average human being believe that it is a credit spread. No, it is much more than that. But in an Indian context, most of the people do not know how to compute the quality spread differential. Now, Singtel covering with Goldman, Singtel is paying LIBOR plus QSD to Goldman. Now, I am not here discussing what is how much QSD is paying. That valuation wise we are not going. GS is covering this in the interbank market, but in the form of the basis swap, callable swap. What GS is doing? GS is having LIBOR assets. They are having assets, those who are generating GBP LIBOR, while GS is having some liabilities, those who require the SONIA, standing overnight index average. GS got an interbank partner, which is UBS London. UBS London is on the reverse position, which is they have the SONIA assets while the LIBOR liabilities. SONIA assets while the LIBOR liabilities. So it's a win-win situation. GS needs to have UBS needs to have GS in place, but the catch is that GS is having an upper leg on UBS. Reason could be anything. GS is having a huge interbank partners. Their total derivative is $40 trillion. For them, finding an interbank partner is like this. They know how to devise a structure, and there are so many things. So GS having an upper hand on the UBS, henceforth GS is having a call option. And what is that call option? If the GBP LIBOR will move up from here, which is floating, then GS would execute the call option, and if the GBP LIBOR falls, from here, it effectively meant that Goldman is paying more to UBS, then Goldman will execute the call option, wind up the deal in the interbank market, and do it with somebody else, which could be another bank. ANZ, Westpac, Barclays, could be any bank, doesn't make a difference for GS. While UBS also do the interbank deal, and that is UBS do an interbank deal with the ANZ Sydney, whereby the scene for UBS is that UBS is having SONIA assets and LIBOR liabilities, while ANZ Sydney needs SONIA, and they need somebody who can swap with the Australian dollar. Callable swap are one of the most important type of swaps in the interbank market. It depends whose leg is higher, whose leg is lower, who is on the higher side, who is on the lower side. Big G7 banks like Goldman, Standard Chartered, UBS, Barclays, UBS, Standard Chartered, Chase, they always execute callable in the interbank market. While at the same time, callable requires the hard and the soft period in a written way, explicitly in a written way, so that no interpretation issue can arise. Although the basis risk will still arise, and that we need to see, we are not here pricing this as of now. But the most importantly, while doing the callable swap, both the banks needs to see who do hold what asset and who do hold what liabilities, so that they can swap it out as easily as possible. Callable swap is one of the important structure. This is how a very tantamount example like Singtel did with GS. For Singtel, it is not in the picture. For Singtel, ANZ Sydney is not in the picture. Singtel is sleeping. I did with Goldman, it's all Goldman problem. No, Goldman problem starts from here, because Goldman need to see that what are my assets, what are my liabilities, where is my interbank partner, and this interbank partner, before committing to Goldman, they need to see whether I have an interbank partner or not. Since the board is small, ANZ would have another interbank partner, and this scene will continue. This is all about callable swap. I hope you like that. You know my mobile number 919899242978. You know our email rahul.magan@treasuryconsulting.in. You know our platform www.fixedincome.global. And before moving, remember that today we launched MonitVal, the world's first IFRS enabled business valuation desk. It would be ready by second quarter 2020, and one ready, Treasury Consulting would be one level higher than most of the VCs in the market, and you know to whom I am talking. If you have any trainings requirement, consultancy requirement, and anything, do let us know. You know my mobile number 919899242978. Have a good time. Talk soon. Thank you.